Since I saw you last. What else?
A lot better.
Yeah, how?
Well, I was going to counseling here on base, and she started getting into conflicts with our religion. You know, it's kind of like keep your religion on the outside of the door,
Yeah.
and that didn't go well. So right now we're counseling with our pastor. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I met him tonight. What's his name?
Pastor Way, Donald Way.
Yeah, tall.
So kind of grayish, yeah, he's grayish right here. Yeah.
What's let's see. Where were you going to counseling then before?
Yeah.
Here on base?
Mm-hmm.
What were they saying that was in conflict?
Well, the thing that...
That's a Baptist church, right?
Right.
I'm Baptist too.
Yeah. Well, the thing that she was saying was, she asked me if I had any hard feelings for my mother because she wasn't there when I was raped, and I said, well, yeah. And, you know, that was fine. That was like the first session, and then after that, it was, well, it's okay to say you hate your mother. And I said, no, I don't hate my mother. And one of her responses was, well, you can leave your religion on the outside of the door and you're in here. It's okay to say things like that. Well, we don't believe that way, you know.
Well,
what we believe on one side of the door is the same on the other, so.
Did she at least allow you to say that would your religion at least allow you to say that you disliked your mother or disagreed with some of the things that she did?
Oh, sure, I disagree with some of the things she did, but it's just.
But they wanted you to say.
Yeah, and then she had me write a letter to her telling her how I felt, and I think I said I didn't put a lot of feelings, you know, what she used as feelings were just the words she used. So we had to.
Write a letter?
Yeah.
To your mom?
To my mother. I didn't send it, it was just to write it so she could read it, you know, that way.
So who could read it? Your counselor?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so your mom was never going to read it?
Oh, no.
Did you write that letter?
Yeah.
Do you remember would you mind telling me some of the things that you said?
I think it was basically just that I told her I, you know, was hurt that she wasn't there for me when I needed her, and I thought as I got older that she would be, you know, and it was just pretty much just around that, you know, general idea about how she wasn't there and, you know, how that kind of hurt that she wasn't there, and I felt like I needed her to be there. And, you know.
Well, concerned, you know, to find out that you've stopped going to that counseling, but you say you're going to some other
Yeah,
sessions.
we're going there right now, and then if that seems to help, you know, you'll find if not, then we're going to still go to him and then find another, you know, another that maybe will be a little bit more religious, or at least, you know.
What are they doing differently?
Well, really, we just started, as a matter of fact, a couple of weeks ago. We just started, so I'm not real sure exactly what he's going to do. Right now, we've got a lot of papers we have to fill out and things like that. But what he's doing, and what I've been doing a lot of one-on-one counseling with his wife, is what she's doing is showing us how to apply our Bible principles, like to our marriage, to make our marriage stronger and show what's missing in our marriage. And, you know, I mean, we don't argue and fight all the time or anything like that, but it's just to show what's missing, and, you know, and how to deal with some of the feelings, you know, like, because I do, you know, I'm upset that my mother's not there, but I mean, I don't hate her or anything like that, and I can't really change it, but they're just kind of showing you how to go on and accept it and go on, and, well, it's helped quite a bit, and we've been spending a lot of time with them, you know, they were over for dinner, and I've been out to lunch with her probably 3 or 4 times in the last month, and, you know, it's really helped a lot. It just showed us, I guess, a lot of things that we, you know, didn't realize were missing, and things like that.
Well, Cheri, I want to talk to you about some things. And I want to tell you up front that I think you're going to look back on today and view today as a point in your life when things got a lot better. I want to talk to you about some things and try to get some things straight that I believe are the basis of a lot of the problems that you've had in the past. Is that all right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, your husband brought you up here, is that right?
Right.
Have you, I want to make sure that what we discuss is understandable.
Okay.
You know, that you understand what I'm saying and that I understand what you're saying. So I need to, well, I want you to understand that you're here of your own free will, and that, you know, you didn't have to come up here to see me, and that you can leave anytime you don't want to talk to me anymore. If I say anything that offends you, if I say something or start talking about something you don't want to talk about, I want you to know that you can leave anytime. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
You said when did you quit counseling?
It was just a couple of weeks ago. It was like right after we picked up, you know.
Okay, so have you been to the hospital recently? Have you been Have you been sick lately? Or
I had a gynecology appointment, was it last week before last? I think it was a couple of weeks ago.
Have you been taking any medication?
They gave me something for infection. I'm not sure what the name of it is, but it's all, I've already taken it. I take it, it's full.
You finished?
10-day course, yeah.
And that's the only medicine
Yeah.
You don't know what that was?
Gosh.
Wasn't penicillin, was it?
No, I didn't know it was penicillin. It was
Ampicillin?
according to the name, it was an odd name. And
Does that medicine do anything to you? Do you notice when you take it that you're sleepy or?
no, I never really noticed any difference at all.
Okay. As I said before, I wanted to talk to you about some things that you may find uncomfortable. But I think it's really the root of all your problems. And I'd like you to, well, first of all, I'd like you to tell me about what sort of things you think are the most traumatic events in your life. If you had to list them, what would they be?
In order? Or just list them?
List them, yeah.
List them.
What's the most, I guess in severity?
The most
Well,
traumatic...
we can do it either way, chronologically or in severity.
Gosh, it's kind of hard. Both, I would say right up there at number one would be the rape and the loss of our daughters, would be the worst.
Okay. When you say the rape,
When I was 15.
yeah, well, there's been a couple. Can you, okay, the rape and then the loss of your daughters, and then what else?
Maybe the treatment from home, I think, would be another one. And then
Treatment from your
father, mostly.
father, okay. Oh, I wanted to tell you something. After you and I talked, well, about a week after you and I talked the last time, I called the Dayton Police Department and told them that, that things had been cleared up. And they told me that they were going to file a false police report charges against you. And I told them that I didn't think that was necessary, that you just had some problems that needed to be worked out, and that you really weren't in control of yourself when those things happened. And based on what I promised them, that is that I would get back in touch with you and see how you were doing periodically and make sure that that didn't happen again. They agreed not to pursue any criminal charges against you. Okay, that's why you haven't heard from them. Otherwise, have you? Okay. Just want to let you know that that's been taken care of, and I'm going to try to work things out for you. Now go on. Tell me about we talked about your father before. You insisted at that time that your father really hadn't done anything to you that you thought was not right. Is that
well, I don't feel it wasn't right. He didn't do anything. He had a bad temper, but he never actually hit me. I can remember doing it to my younger brother, but mostly his was, I'd say mostly verbal abuse. I think was directed towards me or things like that. Or some of his actions. But as far as he ever hit me, it wasn't.
We hear about sexual abuse all the time from parents to children. Is that?
No, I never had a problem with that.
Okay.
He was pretty much even the opposite. He wasn't affectionate at all.
Okay. Can you tell me a little bit about this? Is there only 4 traumatic events in your life? What would you say are some more?
It's really the most things I can think of right now. It was upsetting when like Nicholas got sick. That was, but he was okay. So
you worked through that?
Yeah. He's fine.
What about when you were living in the trailer park? And the neighbor that came by. There was a rape in your trailer park. How does that rank in with these other things?
It ranks, but it doesn't bother me as much as what happened when I was 15, I would say.
Okay. Do you feel good about talking about what happened? Do you feel okay about talking about what happened with the dentist?
Yeah.
How would you describe that event to a total stranger? Which I hope you don't think I'm a total stranger, but we have talked quite a bit.
I really don't know what you want. What do you mean?
Well, what were the really bad things? What were the really bad results out of that?
The bad results.
The dentist, he did some work on your teeth, right?
Right.
And then as you were telling me before, he anesthetized you and you had no control when he raped you. I can't remember if that occurred once, or was that one time, or did you?
One time.
One time. Have you confronted him with those? Have you confronted him with what happened personally?
I had to go into his office on one evening